What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XAI. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's get into it, okay? This is kind of part of I feel like this past couple weeks, really this past month of February, we've been doing like a treasure hunt series. I feel like that. It hasn't been officially declared, but this feels like we're on a treasure hunt because I keep talking about new coins that have a lot of potential. Even coins that look like this, that their chart is absolute trash. I've been in the crypto markets now, you guys. This is my third bull cycle, right? I've seen how this kind of stuff happens. You've got a lot of volume at your all-time low. And it's not your all-time low, right? You got a lows down here, but I would call this your all-time low. I think this is just BS price, whatever, manic, crazy first-day behavior. This I would consider as your all-time low. And what's really cool about this is a lot of people, I remember when this project came out last year, right? January, February, March, April, like everybody was talking about it as if it was the next big thing. Super cool project. A lot of people got in up here. A lot of people bought on the way down, and every single one of them, everybody's hurting. What's that old saying that goes that Warren Buffett says, or that famous investors say, right? You should be fearful when other people are greedy, right? Be greedy when other people are fearful. And I think a lot of people, I think this candle here, that shows capitulation. I was looking at this thing. What I don't appreciate about it, and I don't know enough about it, right? If anybody's going to invest in a coin that I talk about, I encourage you. I very much, none of this is financial advice, but if there was any piece of what I say that could be construed as financial advice, it would be do your own research, right? Make sure that if I talk about a project and it entices you for the sake of price growth, that's what I do. I'm a technical analyst, so I talk about the price. You as an investor, it's on you to do research and see if the project is suitable for your kind of standards, right? Circulating supply is at about 1.06 billion XAI. Fully diluted valuation is about 2.5 times, 2.3 times higher than the current valuation. Even fully diluted, this thing has 100x potential, especially so right here. What I don't like about it is that the price looks like this. You have noticeably, discernibly lower lows, dramatically lower. I mean, like literally from the lowest point here to the lowest point there, that's a 50% difference, bro, right? And then on the market cap, you have higher lows. You don't have lower lows. So which the only way to have that happen is that there are literally coins diluting the market at such a rate that your market cap is actually growing, but the price is being hurt. And this often happens with vesting periods, unlocks, stuff like that, rewards, all kinds of stuff. Hopefully that was just some kind of initial vesting or something that got unlocked. Hopefully there's not more that's coming. But again, even fully diluted, I think this thing has a lot of potential to grow. A lot of volume came here. That tells me that people who might have insider information maybe, or with like really heavy bags, they bought up down here. I mean, out of all the weeks that we see on this chart, where would you most likely want to buy? I would want to buy down here. If I bought a lot, if I knew what I was doing and I bought a lot of this coin down at the lows, at the absolute all-time low, and I bought low, there would probably be a lot of volume. And not me specifically, right? If I put everything I own into this thing, it wouldn't amount to even like a fraction of this volume. You know what I mean? But there looks like somebody with a lot of cheddar, or multiple somebodies, multiple entities. Who knows what caused it here? But a lot of volume at the lows does not scare me to make me think you're going lower, right? Especially with that reaction this week that you found all that volume. Over half of that week is a wick, right? Like that's a straight rocket ship design going to the upside. Let's stop talking about it. Let's stop marveling at it and talk about where I think the price is going to go. You look at the weekly RSI, and we do have higher lows here relative to this. It could be construed as bullish divergence, but I don't know if it is. I think this is too far away. I don't think it is, but still finding support at relative areas that you found support at before. There's not a lot of historical data on this coin, so this is kind of what we get, right? We take the relative low here to the relative high. You're at the 1618. It's beautiful, man. I love it. I love it. You don't normally reach below the 1618 like this, but if you do, it often is in the form of a wick, right? You don't close. You wouldn't close here and then that's it. If you closed here, you would probably go down to 7 cents. And it's possible you could go to 7 cents, but I don't think you do. Short of like a market-wide flash crash or something like that happen, which could happen. I say that every now and then in some of my videos, you guys. We could be having a market-wide flash crash any day now. It's very common in a bull market to just flush everything out right before we start to move up. And I do think we're about to move up. Was this the flash crash? I don't know, maybe, but generally flash crashes, they're like, they last for a day, they end in a day, and then the next week you're heading up. So this has been a little bit more sustained, but nonetheless, we're at low points. I think it's as good a time as any to invest. And beyond technicals, you guys, beyond technicals, here's a little trick I learned. And this is what kind of inspired it. This was fresh in my mind whenever I started the video talking about this being like a treasure hunting series. I might just make a playlist and label it treasure hunting series and put this in there. Genuinely, I'm gonna start doing that. I think we're gonna do that before things take off. We're gonna start doing that. Yeah. Okay. That way that there's some coins, at least prospects that I can put my label on and say this has the potential to be treasure. I don't know how much you guys care about that or not, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a playlist. We'll call it treasure hunting. What I wanted to talk about was what inspired that was the fact that this was a good rule of thumb that I picked up in the very first crypto cycle. Now it's a good rule of thumb, but it's not something that should be applied to every single coin, right? It's a good rule of thumb only to coins that are suitable investments. Just because I'm saying this thing can grow doesn't mean that it will. A suitable investment is something you have to decide. That's why you do your own research. You read the white paper. You go on coinmarketcap.com. You click the white paper. Takes you to the white paper. You read all you can about all of it. As annoying as it is, you don't stop until you do. If there's things that you don't understand, maybe some of this stuff isn't necessarily necessary, but that probably has. My angry Yakuza girlfriend. What the hell? I need to read about this stuff, you guys. But I'm the most curious about tokenomics. Oh, I love that. This is so transparent. You don't see that these days. You really don't see that. I'm getting carried away here, okay? I'm going to look into this thing, and I might even buy some, but we're at 94% down. Something that I learned in my very first bull cycle is whenever there's a crypto of interest, if the question comes to your mind, is it a good time to buy? If you look at the all-time high and you look at the current price and it's below 90%, the answer is generally yes. And you don't have to put a lot in, right? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but you don't want to put a lot in to a coin like this, right? It has a lot of potential to grow. So a little bit can go a long ways, right? If you had 100% of your money, you wouldn't even want to put maybe 10% into something like this. A 5% amount or less would do because it has so much room to grow. The reason why buying at lower than a 90% drop from the all-time high is great every single time is because if you were to revolve or come all the way back up to your all-time highs, you're getting a move that's at a 10x or greater, right? Just to get to the all-time highs. And I don't know about you guys. It's just my personal opinion. But I think this thing can and will see new all-time highs by the end of the cycle. 100x from here would put it at a price of about $10. And I genuinely think we could see $10 by the end of the cycle, something like that. If not higher. If not higher. You know, a $10 price with the current market cap, with the current circulating supply, what would that do? Would that be a 10x? Yeah, that'd be 100x. So that would be $10 billion in market cap. But if the circulating supply gets diluted, then instead of 10 billion, it might be at a higher level of market cap. I would think that not only is a 100x possible, but a 200 to 300 to 400, 500, 600, 700x, anything of that nature is possible with a coin like this. And some people are like, you know what that would mean? It would be a 60 billion, 70 billion, 80 billion. And yes, I understand that's what it would. That's what it would mean, but there are coins that attain those kind of market caps even in their first bull cycle. I'm not saying this one will. I'm not saying that it will. Some people hear me say, you could go to $80 billion market cap, and they're like, you're just filling people's heads with pipe dreams. And it's like, I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to do is genuinely, honestly, realistically tell you, and realistically is part of this, what your possibilities are. Just because I say $80 billion market cap or $90 billion market cap is possible does not mean that it will happen. I'm just saying this is what I've seen. This is my third bull cycle, you guys. Cryptos can, in their first cycle, achieve market caps of that nature. I'm bearish on XAI scammers. Don't be exit liquidity. Yep. Stuff like this, man. Stuff like this is what you want to see. It's perfect time to buy, right? People hating on things, that's what you want to see. I forget where I was going with that last part, but let's keep going here. Okay, so from a high to a low, where I would expect you to retrace, whenever you do retrace, I would expect you immediately move up. Probably over the coming weeks, you probably see a price that is at 25.7 cents. Now, I would expect that you're there. I mean, man, you could be there by the end of next week, by the end of this month. You could be there, 3 weeks from now or something like that. Certainly by the end of March, I would think you're there. And truthfully, by the end of March, I would think that you're at prices that are anywhere from about 52 cents to maybe $1.16. I really do think that you have 10x potential between now and the end of March. over the next 6 weeks or so, maybe even the very beginning of April. The only thing that I would think if I'm wrong is that maybe I'm too bearish on this thing or I'm not bullish enough and it just sees an eruptive move. It's got some pent up aggression that it's going to take out. I don't know. All these people talking smack about it. I don't know. Looks like there's some love. Can I give it love? Yeah, we'll give this guy some love too. That's nice. What if I hit that? Does that do? Oh no, I'd have to sign in. I don't want to sign in. But I'm assuming that a lot of people are probably pessimistic. There's a lot of capitulation in events like this. You really do see candles that just swallow everything in its path. So I really do assume that any week now, whether it's this week, next week, the week after that, sometime soon, I think within the next three to 4 weeks, we will see a very explosive candle that likely does take you all the way back up to about 36 cents or higher. Minimum target would be 25 cents, and I think that we will achieve that by the end of the month, if not higher. By the end of this move, by the end of March, if not the very first week of April, my expectations are that you're anywhere from 85 cents to $1.63. You're at about 10 cents now. And that's all I got. If you'd like to invest in this project, look into it. Okay, look into it. Community and DAC. What's the DAC? I don't know. I'd have to look for it. Investors Ecosystem 20% Team. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the tokenomics. I suppose it's fine. I don't know. Seems like a lot of it is going right. Nodes, community, and DAC. I'm assuming that that's like locked investing kind of stuff, right? Rewards and stuff like that for the ecosystem, right? Or I guess this is for the ecosystem, 7.5% there. I mean, maybe that's all that. That's actually not bad if I'm interpreting this right. Right, that's actually not that bad. That is a lot that goes to the team. Investors, that's early round investors, think of that as the team too. 20% goes to the team. I'm sure they invested too, right? Or I don't know how it all works, but that is a lot there. But I think that this is fine enough tokenomics. The fact that they even show you a wheel and they have it so transparent as this, I think that that's nice. There's probably something on the network rewards on the emissions and stuff like that. I think it's important to understand that. You should understand if any token you're investing in, you guys, you should understand what's the fully diluted valuation. Right? That's the FDV, fully diluted valuation. What is it? When does the circulating supply hit its maximum supply? How is this? How is the vesting schedule, the unlock schedule, the minting schedule? You should look into that, right? So I'm just saying that here because while these are very bullish expectations, you should always do your own research and decide if it's a target or if it's a investment that's appropriate for you based on what you decide on your own rights as a viable investment or something like that, right? So I got nothing else for you guys. By the end of the month, we're thinking 25 cents at a minimum, but likely you'll be above 40 cents. By the end of March, we're thinking you'll be above $1, maybe even higher than that. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Bye.